could definitely get a third row in. Let's go back to this one. Want to go with a fourth stack? Probably not. Let's save that. Did I just drop out? I did. Sorry, y'all. Let me reset my phone. I'm fed up with this new internet. It absolutely sucks. And every single night, the damn modem shuts itself off. So I'll be back on the phone with the internet company screaming at them again today because it's absolutely sucked since I had it installed. But it's the only company that services the area where my mom's house is. We've got one choice for internet and they absolutely suck. So yeah, I'm completely like frustrated with the new internet because it keeps just dropping out for absolutely no reason. And the asshole I had on the phone yesterday goes, "Oh, everything looks good on our end." Alright, so that's the steel in place. Let's give that another quick save. And then we can bring in two more. So let me duplicate that visibility node. But I need a couple of pallets first. So let's take a quick side trip. So let's go create a new folder for pallets. And actually, no, I don't need to do a quick side trip yet. Let's go into Carpenter. It must be Mediacom. I don't want to say the name of the company on live stream, but it's the if you Google if you Google internet providers for Newport Township, Pennsylvania, you'll figure out which one it is. It's the only company that services my mom's area. And they suck. Alright, so I need a, alright, no quick side trip. I need, what do I need? We're going to bring in plastic and we're going to bring in power cells. So let's go to, which factory makes plastic? The refinery. Let's go to pallets, plastic pallet. Let's go file, export, plastic. So I need a plastic pallet. Let's make sure I don't need, let's fix the textures first. Oh, that was the palette. Wrong one. Plastic. And the textures are already fixed. Alright, so plastic is brought over. And then I also want, let's go to the power cell plant. And let's grab a power cell palette. Let's go power cell. Let's close that, and let's just check that texture path. And that texture path is fine as well. What was the drive from Oklahoma to there? Oh, hold on. Let me get a chat icon out of my way. Oh, how was the drive? The drive was long. I spent 25 hours in the car, so. And my car was completely loaded, so I couldn't even recline my seat back and sleep when I pulled into the rest area. So I ended up like getting like only like 2 or 2.5 hours of sleep sitting up in my car. So it was just long. I'm just glad I'm back here and don't have to make that trip again. Alright, so let's go file, import. Let's bring in the plastic. But I don't need the whole thing. We only need part of it. So let's go. I need this guy. Yeah, so we need this one first. So let's go edit, cut, paste. Let's throw it there, and then I also need this part of it. So let's go edit, cut, let's put it inside of there. And that's the palette we need. That we can get rid of. This is plastic. And then I can get rid of this whole mess. Hold on, so let me clear something off my phone so I can read chat. Alright, sorry about that. I know how that is. Yeah, the trip was just brutal. It was just long. It was hot. The sun was beating down my entire drive. I'm done with car trips for a little while. Let's get you centered on the rack. You've got to be turned this way. And you're going to be you're not going to fit on the rack that way, so we're going to have to put you on the rack this way. Alright, so that's going to be centered. Let's get the ground level in first. But I'm here helping my mom out, which was the whole goal of driving to Oklahoma to pick up my computer and my clothes. Alright, I'm going to have to tighten some of these back up a little bit. Try and get one more in there. That'll work. There was a lot of construction, there was a lot of detours. Then the closer you get to Pennsylvania, the higher the gas prices get. It's about 50 cents a gallon cheaper in Oklahoma than it is in Pennsylvania. And then with COVID, I made sure at the rest areas, I didn't get near any other people, so I kept my distance. You don't touch door handles. So COVID-19 precautions coming back and forth. Went through the drive-through, so I had less contact with people. Alright, let's get one more row in. Of plastic. Can I spin my camera around this way? Not really. I'm gonna have to just bear with me till I get my good camera angle. Gas prices here almost $3 a gallon. You don't see many very people at the beach either. Carpenter 231, where are you if you don't mind saying? Oh, Mobile. I love Alabama. I wish I could move back to Alabama. I spent 6 years in Huntsville. I would definitely go back to the Huntsville area. Alright, so that's our plastic in. Let's get our power cells in. So let's save that. So let's go File, Import. Let's bring in the power cell. Throw you there. Now we're going to have to do the same thing. I've got to take part of this pallet. We're going to stick it there for now. And then I got to take this part of the pallet. Let's go Edit, Cut, and Paste. We're going to rename, it's a tension belt I can get rid of. Let's rename you Power. We had rain for about going on 2 months straight, almost every day. How's the heat and humidity been? Alright, so let's take our power cell and we'll get it centered on the rack. And we'll do the ground. We'll do the same thing. We'll do the ground level first. That's about where I want it. Alright, let's get the ground level done first. Been hot and humid, but it's not that bad. But lately, it's been up in the hundreds. Yeah, when I left, the day I left Oklahoma, the heat index was 111. And then all the while I was driving through, leaving Oklahoma through Missouri and Indiana, it was pretty hot driving. Thank God for the AC, but outside temperature was pretty bad. And then no cloud cover, so I had the sun beating in the car pretty much the entire day. All right, one more row. Yeah, I know how usually gets up in the about 20s here in Oklahoma. Yeah, it was pretty bad in Oklahoma when I left. All right, let's save that. So that's all of our visibility nodes from when we drop our goods off. All right, so let's minimize that a minute. All right, so in should be done. Let me look at our. So we're gonna have porta-john tires, stove, grill, lawnmower, garden swing, water cooler, bicycle, dead cell. I'm not gonna mess with sewage or trash. So we don't have any out, so there's no out triggers. We have our player triggers done, our audio is done, camera's done. Let's work on our clear area. So let's make this the size we need it. Let's bring this down a little bit wider. Yeah, it's about as small as I'm going to be able to make this factory. Alright, so let's look at our start, our width, and then our height. Alright, so our start needs to go in this corner. Our width needs to go in this corner. Our height needs to go in this corner. So that's our clear areas done. Operating parts, we have our spawners, so they're in place. We don't have to mess with those. Our tour icon's done. Our visibility is for the build. Let's go into visibility and let's fix our lighting now. Alright, so let's grab this light first. This is our hanging light. So this one we're going to put like under these canopies. So we'll throw like one under probably almost all the canopies. Even though there's nothing over here, I still think they'll look pretty cool. And then we'll throw one more over here. Alright, that works. Now our regular light. We're not going to need a lot of these, so let's put one over here where our sign is. And I don't know if we're gonna, I don't think we're gonna need any more on the factory. Maybe one on this end. Let's throw one on this end and we'll throw one on the office. So let's bring you back here. Let's spin you around. And we'll throw one on the office. I'll just throw it right above the sign. Oh, maybe not. Is it going to block the sign? Probably going to block the sign. That's alright, we'll throw one there anyway. Slide it down a little bit. Alright, that works. So that should be good for our lighting. I only need one smoke particle for the generator. So where's our generator? Over here. Let's save that. Let's go to our main folder. Alright, so palette, we're done with. Plastic, power cell. I'm going to delete everything else. We're not going to import anything else in. We need a new folder. Particle systems. So let's open up any factory. Let's go into Anderson, particle systems. Let's grab smoke. So file, export. Acme Corporation, particle systems, smoke. And I close that, so it's going to bring in everything we need. So now we go. Now the smoke also has to be in the visibility node. It does. Alright, so let's go. And there's only one, so let's go file, import, smoke. Let's go edit, cut. And let's put you here. Make you a little bit smaller. And then just turn you that way a little bit. Alright, so that's the only smoke part of what we're going to have. Let's take a quick peek at. Alright, so let's save that again. So this should be our factory. I'm actually going to do another quick save and close. So I want to make sure now that all of our textures are fixed. We have our shaders, we have our sounds, we have our textures. Alright, there's no weird texture paths. So let's open that back up. Alright, so there's our factory. We got a, well, that's not our factory because we have to make it buildable. Oh, we have to bring all of that in yet to make it buildable. And then we have a ton, probably an hour of XML work to do. Alright, so we need to make this buildable. Well, hold on first. Before we get any further, what base did I use to build this with? That's what I want. Crap. What base did I use? Alright, now I'm drawing a blank on what base I started with. I honestly can't remember what base I started with because I wanted to steal everything from that because a lot of the i3Ds would have already been done. Oh, we started with the Soda Factory, I think. Yeah, we started with the Soda Factory. Alright, so I want to grab from here, I want to grab scripts. This, and this. Let's copy those over to there, and that's going to get me all the rest of the files I need. Yeah, that's going to get me all the rest of the files I need. What factory is buildable that I can pull in and steal parts from? Pi Factory, is Dixie Pi buildable? It is. Alright. So let's go. Let's create a new transform group. We have to call it invisibility. Let's go file, import. Let's bring in the Pi Factory. Yeah, I'm just gonna slide it. I'm gonna leave it in here for a couple minutes, but I want to get it out of my way. Let's go down to where's the invisibility node? Here. Alright, so we're going to grab one of the fences. Give me one of the fences. Oh, not one of those. Yeah, one of those. Let's go edit, cut, and paste. This is going to be our construction barrier. And let's start it about here. Let's get our construction barrier in first. Yeah, since we're making this buildable, it's going to be about twice as long on the build. Alright, that works. Alright, let's bring you out a little bit further. Yeah, so this is just our construction barrier for when the factory actually builds. Now I want to turn this. Yeah, let me go. Let's bring this guy up. Let's turn him in. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on my stream to see if it drops out again so I can yell at the internet company again on the phone today. Alright, so how far in do I want to go? Just one length should give us enough to drop our materials off. And we'll put one more section this way. Actually, let me delete that one. I can, hold on. This one, I can delete. Let's take this one, and we'll just slide you back. And we'll take this one, we'll make it just a little bit longer. Alright, now that's our construction barrier. We also need the road pylon. And this will be for our global company menu. So that's in place. All right, we also need the warning stripes. And I don't know where they went. So let's get those into place. And now we need our two signs. I need this sign. Let's see if I can grab all of them. I need that one. This one, and this one. So let's go edit, cut, and paste. Did it give me all four? It did. Let's get our two signs in place. Let's get our exact fill route into place. And we need to get our pallet trigger into place. Alright, now that should be everything we need. So let's get rid of that factory. Let's give this another save. So there's everything we need for the build. Now we have a ton of XML work to do. Alright, starting with our sign. It's no longer going to be the soda factory. Let's go into Ritchie's Hollow, Placeables, Global Company. Let's open this up. Let's get rid of that. Let's grab this. And I think we're just going to keep a nice simple, actually no, hold on. Oh, can I move you down? I can. Slide you down a second. Let's go to textures. That's good. I like that for our store sign. Let's save that as a DTX1. That's going to be our store sign. So that's taken care of. Now, mod description. Let's go there first. You are going to be Acme Corporation. If I can spell Corporation. Acme Corporation. XML is going to be Acme Corporation. Now we have to fix all of our palettes, so let's save that. And I still can't spell Corporation. Acme Corporation. Now we have to bring all of our palettes in. So let's go to Ritchie's Hollow, Objects, Palettes, Global Company. Alright, so I need Portageon palette. I think it's called, yeah, here, Potty palette. Yeah, so let's go File, Export, Placeables, Acme palettes, and we have to name them the same. So Potty palette. And then we need this XML. So the first one is going to be Potty palette. So save that. Now we have to fix the pathing. And then we have 4,000 liters, so everything else is good. Alright, so Potty palette is done. Next one is tires. So tires palette. So File, Export, Tires palette. And then the XML. So we come back here, we go Tires palette. And then we have to fix the pathing. Alright, so that one's done. Next on my list is the stove. stove palette. So let's go File, Export. And then I need the XML. So stove palette. And then we have to fix the pathing. Alright, now I need the grill. Grill palette. And now grab XML. So let's fix this first. So you are the grill palette. And now let's fix the pathing. Alright, so how many more do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So let's come in here first. And I'm going to add 5 more in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so after the grill palette, we have the lawnmower palette. I think it's called the mower palette. Yeah, mower palette. So mower palette. I will grab that XML. And then under grill, we have mower. And then we need, oh, I already have it. Let's fix the pathing. Save that one. Alright, garden swing. This one. Oh, that's garden salad. I don't want that one. Garden swing. So File, Export. So garden swing palette. Here. So let's add that one in. So garden swing palette, and we'll fix the pathing. Alright, so that one's done. We are also going to make the water cooler. Water cooler palette. have the XML. So you are water cooler. And pathing. Alright. After water cooler, we have bicycle. And what did I call it? Bicycle palette. Go figure. And XML. So bicycle palette. Bicycle palette. And pathing. Alright, and then the last one is the dead cell palette. Alright, and XML. Let's fix it here first. And then let's fix the last pathing. Alright, so that's going to be all of our palettes in the factory. So that should finish our mod description. Alright, so mod description should be good. Now, the 110 is going to be a disaster. So let's change, the first thing we want to do is change this to Acme Corporation. You are going to be Acme. You are going to produce Porta John tires, stove, grill, lawnmower, garden swing, water cooler, and hang on. Porta-John, stove, grill, lawnmower, garden swing, water cooler, bicycle, and dead cell. Alright, now inputs. I want to take a quick peek at something. I want to go take a quick peek at the Pi Factory 110. So I have to add in okay, I have to production line 1 has to be the project. Alright, so input 1. So we're going to put our factory inputs in first. So we need plastic. I need glue. Steel. Raw rubber. Let me number my notebook real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright, so 5 becomes pallets. 6 is workers. 7 power cell. Alright, so power cell. 8 becomes, now these are going to be for the build, so 8 becomes lumber. So lumber for the build. And then how many more? So I need 8 more. Alright, so you become 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Alright, so 8 was lumber, that's for the build. Plywood. Concrete. Door. Window. Paint. Copper. Wire. Insulation. And roofing. That's going to be our inputs. First 7 are just to run the factory, and then the rest are to build the factory. Alright, production line 1 has to be project. Alright, now we're going to have first real production line is Porta-John. Second production line, well actually number 3 is going to be tires. And then we have stove. Grill. And how many more do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have to add? No, I don't have to add dead cell. So where am I at? I'm at grill. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Alright, so you become 6, 7, 8, and 9. Grill, lawnmower. Lawnmower, garden swing. Water cooler. And bicycle. I think this is our 110 finished. All right, hold on. I got my mom yelling again. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. She is like completely bored out of her mind. Alright, so this is going to be our 110 finished. Now we're going to have to spend a good bit of time. Let me close that one so I don't accidentally make any changes to it. Now we're going to have to spend a good bit of time rebuilding the XML. So let's rename it first. So Acme Corporation. Alright, so first thing, Acme Corporation. Let's go with 225,000. Let's go $245,000. Alright, so inputs. Inputs just for the factory, but not for the build. So we have plastic, glue, steel, raw rubber, pallets, workers, and power cell. So those are the inputs to run the factory. Our function is going to be Acme Corporation, our i3D, Acme Corporation, so let me make sure that's correct. And it is. So that's our i3D. We'll come back and do all of our i3D mapping last. So you become Acme Corporation. You become Acme Corporation. You have to be all caps. And now from here down, I should be able to do search and replace. Alright, let's come back up to the top. Now we have, what do we have in the way of input triggers? Alright, so we have, so our goods is exact fill route and pallet node. So that one stays. So that can stay goods. This one becomes workers. So our workers are number 3. And then we need one for the build. So I'm actually going to go back in here to the Pi factory. I'm going to open up the XML from the Pi factory. And I'm going to grab this line here. And I'm going to replace this line here. And that's going to be to build our factory with. There's no output trigger because we're spawning pallets out. Alright, so input 1 is plastic. Fill type, if I can't type today, is plastic. It's going to go into goods. Now we do have a visibility node for plastic, so let's find it. So our plastic is this, no, that's steel. Alright, plastic is going to be 0 and 4. So there's our plastic. So number 2 is going to be glue. I want to change this to 1 million liters. And this one to 1 million liters. So glue. It's going to go into trigger goods, but there's no visibility node for glue. Alright, input 3 is steel. 1 million liters. Fill type is going to be steel. It's going to go into trigger goods, but I also need a visibility node. So let's come up here, steal this one, put it into here. I can get rid of that gap. Alright, our visibility node for our steel is 0 and 3. Alright, so input 3 is done. Raw rubber. And it's 1 million liters. No visibility node for the rubber. So that one is good. 5 is going to be pallets. Fill type is pallets. It's going to go into trigger goods. It's going to be 1 million liters, but I also need a visibility node. So let's steal this one. And our pallets are 0 and 2. Alright, input 6 workers. Workers are only 360. Input is workers. Trigger is workers. And then there's no mover, so I can get rid of that. Alright, so input 7 is done. Okay, I'm sorry, input 6 is done. Power cell. Should be 1 million liters. You are going to be power cell. Trigger is going to be goods, but we also need a visibility node. And then the visibility node for the power cells are 0 and 5. Alright, so that's input 7 done. Now, the next is going to be for our build. So number 8 is going to be lumber. We're going to do 1 million liters for each product to build a factory. It's not going to be a cheap factory to build. It's going to go into what trigger does the goods to for the build. So you are goods to. Alright, now we can start duplicating these. So number 9 is plywood. So plywood. Number 10 concrete. Uh, 11 door. 12 is going to be window. Thirteen. Oh, if I can spell window correctly. Oh, look, I'm gonna be famous again. Window paint. Alright, so you are 14 copper wire. So copper wire. 15 is insulation. And last one, so 16 is roofing. Alright, and that's all of our inputs. Alright, where are we? Alright, my stream hasn't dropped out back again yet. Alright, so the first output has to be for the project. Actually, it could go last. I'm going to throw it in first. So, output, project. That's going to build our factory. So, what do we have first? We have invisibility and then visibility. Our invisibility Alright, so invisibility is number 9. So that didn't change. Our visibility is number 8. Nope, sorry, you were 9, you're 8. Alright, now, outputs. First output is Portageon. I'm going to pull up the XML. Close that a minute. Alright, I want to go into Ritchie's Hollow, Placeables, Global Company, Acme Corporation. Output. I'm actually going to grab these and then just change the spawners, because I think it's going to be easier. So let's grab this one. Let's go copy, paste, no digital display, Portageon. We have to change the pathing. And then our spawner is going to be one, 2, and 3. Yeah, that's going to be much easier. Alright, so our second one is going to be tires. I'm going to grab this, move it over to here. Let's fix this. No display. And then we're going to change this. Alright, so after tires, we have stove. So you need to go. And you need to go. And then no digital display. Alright, so stove should be fixed. After stove, we have grill. I can get rid of this. And then we have to change this. Alright, so after grill, we have lawnmower. Get rid of that. And then change our spawn. Alright, so after lawnmower, we have garden swing. get rid of this. Garden swing. After garden swing, we have water cooler. I'm going to steal water cooler and bicycle. Alright, so water cooler. Let's fix this. No display. And let's grab this. Throw it here and here. Alright, so water cooler should be fixed. Bicycle. And then that should be the last of our actual product. I want to go into the pie company because I want to grab dead cells. We're going to add that into here. And then I can just get rid of the display. And then I got to change the start. Yeah, that should be all of our outputs. Now, production line 1. Production line 1 has to be our project. So I'm going to steal the inputs and the outputs. It's going to go here. So that's going to build our factory. Production line 2 has to be Porta-Johns. Let's come into here. And we're going to steal inputs and outputs for Porta-John. And then move them to here. I'm going to leave the operating parts there for a minute. And then we only have, I'm going to get rid of the fire. We only have one smoke particle, and that's for the generator. So that should be production line 2. Production line 3 has to be tires. So let's grab this, move it here. Alright, production line 4 needs to be stove. Yes. Now I'm going to leave 5 there for a minute. So you're going to become 5. 5 needs to be grill. Alright, let's steal you. You become 6. 6 has to be lawnmower. Alright, let's grab this again. So you become 7. 7 has to be garden swing. Let's grab this again. So you become 8. 8 has to be water cooler. And we'll steal this again. So you become 9. 9 has to be bicycle. And then you're going to become number 10. I'll get back to you in a second. I have to add line 10 into here. You're going to be 10. But you're going to show all of our goods, our inputs and our outputs. So you are production. You're my overall production. So number 10 is going to show all of our inputs and our outputs. Plastic, glue, steel, raw rubber, pellets. I have to add workers and power cell. So, workers. And power cell. And then the only thing I have to add down here is dead cell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 9. I can only put 10 in here, so dead cell. So we're good. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, so we're good. So that's production line 10. This is just for our global company menu. I can get rid of that blank line. And I can get rid of that blank line. Now, let's come up here because our project inputs are different. We're actually going to be 1 million liters. I think. Where's the Dixie Pie? Oh, output per hour, sorry. Output per hour, how fast we want to build our factory. So let's 1500. our project is, let's make sure I have the right number of zeros. 1 0 0 0 0 0 0. So 1,000,000 liters to build our 1,000,000 liters of each to build our project. Now we have lumber, plywood, concrete, I'm just going by the same order as my list. Door, window, paint, and then I need 3 more. So under paint, we have copper wire, insulation and roofing. Insulation and roofing. Alright, I'm going to get out of here in a couple minutes so I can get my mom lunch, and then we'll finish this up. I'll come back after lunch and we'll finish this up and test it. So Acme Corporation, so let's look at our inputs and our outputs really quick. So 45% in to get 100% tires. I can live with that. 35, 50, yeah, all these numbers look good. Alright, so let's fix this mess first. So we have a camera. We have fill route 1. How many fill routes do we have? I've got 1, 3, and 4. So we have 1, 3, and 4, and then we have pallet trigger 1 and pallet trigger 4. I have start 1, start 2, start 3. That's for our spawner. We have our player trigger. There's only smoke 2. There's no fire. There's no plane. I think that's all I need here. So we have our camera, we have our audio, we have our smoke, we have our player trigger. I think that's all we need. Now for the build, I also need trigger 2, player trigger 2. No. Exact figure 4, pallet trigger 4 for the build. Trigger 2 I don't need. I need player trigger 2. Player trigger 2 is going to be for the build. Because if we go to our build, invisibility, I need, yeah, that I have. Pallet trigger I have. We're missing, crap, we're missing the player trigger for the build. So let's go File, Import. Let's bring the Pi Factory back in. I'm missing trigger 2. Player trigger 2 for the build is what I'm missing. So let's go edit, cut, invisibility, paste, and let's get rid of this factory. So player trigger 2 is for the menu to build the factory. So let's save that. So to build the factory, I have exact fruit, player trigger, palette trigger, player trigger. Alright, so I should have all my i3Ds I have. Now, how many lights do we have? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to actually rearrange these a little bit. Let me just move this one down. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lights. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lights, and I need to delete these. Light plan is rating with 3, a party of 3. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I am getting out of here in a minute or two because I have to get my mom some lunch because she will not cook for herself. So I've got to go down and make her eat something. And then I'm going to grab some lunch. After lunch, we have to do all of our i3D mapping. And then we'll test this factory. So I'm going to save that one more time. I'm not going to close it. I'm going to throw you all on ending soon. I really appreciate the raid, but I'm just getting ready to get out of here. Give me an hour, and I'll be back. We will do all the i3D mapping, and then we'll test this factory. Flight plan, thank you. But yeah, I'll catch everybody in about an hour.